Most fights are actually about help. The biggest upsets in human interaction are not usually about money, respect, or even love. They are about help. Help offered, help rejected, help that came with strings, or help that quietly made things worse. Examining the way this works makes sense of most failures in communication. I'm Shirley, the founder of AXSIOM. I help you find the underlying patterns of the mind. I'm not here to give you advice. I'm here to help you find and discover your own truths. Life functions on help. Rain helps gardens grow. A roof helps keep people safe. Decent people naturally want to assist. It is the process that maintains sanity. The problem is this: the biggest upsets mostly do not come from a lack of help, they come from help going wrong. When was the last time a person felt genuinely useful? Not praised, not validated, not liked, useful. To understand happiness, you must understand the ability to reach, experience, and to possess the world around you. There is a common error that happiness is a feeling that just happens. But look closer at how this functions. Happiness is the awareness that a person is a positive influence on their environment. It is a result of being a source of help rather than a receiver. Think of the mood scale. The high point is helping others. This is a state of power. The individual is reaching and influencing the world. They are acting as the cause, which is the one who makes things happen or the starting point of the action. The midpoint is doing nothing. No help is given, but no harm is done. This is where boredom and emptiness live. The low point is only being helped. While society calls being helped a win, if a person only receives and never gives, they become weak. They become the effect, the person who simply has things happen to them. If a person cannot reach their environment, they cannot help anyone. If there is no strength, a friend cannot be lifted. If the tools cannot be reached, the problem cannot be fixed. When the ability to reach the world drops, a person stops being a cause and starts being an effect of their problems. This moves them down the scale toward depression. Modern society often strips away the ability to reach the real world. The news focus is on big, scary things that cannot be touched. Armies in other countries, failed meetings, tiny bombs. When the day is spent thinking about things that cannot be reached, life starts to feel thin. A person becomes a guest in their own home, just an effect of the news they watch. Look at the way this works. Watching a video of someone else building a house creates a feeling of being productive. But the person is just the effect of a screen. They are watching life, not reaching it. Worrying about a war 10,000 miles away while not knowing a neighbor's name? This is reaching for a world that isn't there. When things are done for a person, those things are often taken away from them. Modern help claims to make life easier. Apps fetch food, machines do the thinking. But look closer. If a system manages every part of the future, the individual stops building skills. This kind of help makes the person smaller. When a person does not participate in their own survival, they lose the ability to experience their own power. They stop being a cause and become a permanent receiver, a permanent effect. The desire to assist is a basic part of being alive. Observe a small child when a parent is cleaning. The child does not want to sit and watch. The child wants to grab the broom. They want to reach the tools. They want to be the one who makes a difference. But look at the error many parents make. They see the child as in the way. They say, "No, go away, play with your toys while I do the real work." When a child is stopped from helping, they are taught that they cannot possess the real world. They are pushed into a world of nothing. They are told their only role is to be a viewer, never the one in charge of the action. 20 years later, that child sits in an office feeling stuck. They aren't lazy. They were trained to believe their ability to be a cause is an inconvenience. If a person cannot help anyone, they start to feel dead. When the feeling of being able to help is lost, communication stops. When the person pulls back, they get quiet. Look at the 3 ways help fails. First, help with strings attached. This is the control trap. Help is offered, but it is used as a leash. To the person receiving it, this help feels like a betrayal. They learn to hate being helped because it forces them to be in effect of someone else's rules. Imagine a young couple buying a home. The parents offer the down payment as a gift. But once the house is bought, the parents show up every weekend without asking. They dictate which walls to move and which colors to paint. If the couple says no, the parents remind them, "We made this house possible." This is not help. It is a purchase of authority. The couple will now likely reject all future help because they see an open hand as a trap. Second, the failure to help. This is the reason why people get upset. An attempt is made to help a loved one through a hard time. No matter the effort, the person stays the same or gets worse. This is the root of the biggest fights. A person cannot be happy in a space where they have decided they are useless. To stop the pain of failing to be a cause, the individual pulls back their ability to reach that person. Third, the professional help trap. Working a job where results are never seen. Moving papers or pushing buttons for a big system. Because the help never reaches a destination, the sense of being a cause is lost. It isn't just a lost job, it's a lost ability to be a source of help. When the ability to help is shut down, it turns in reverse. If a person has caused harm or lived off others without contributing, they cannot stand to see a helpful person. A helpful person makes them feel their own internal error. To fix this, they decide the helpful person is fake. They project their own inability to be a positive cause onto others. When you see clearly, you notice things others miss. When an upset occurs, do not look at the money or the label being used. Look at the help. Ask, where did the help go wrong? Ask, where did the usefulness stop? How is this error found in others? Don't ask them how they can be helped. Instead, ask, how could you help someone else? If there is a long lag, which means they cannot answer or they get confused, the break in their thinking has been found. They've forgotten that they are capable of being a cause, the starting point of an action. Real freedom is not being helped by a big system. Real freedom is the ability to reach, experience, and assist. When helping, the person is in charge. When only being helped, the person is just a viewer. To continue finding these patterns and applying them to your own life, stay tuned as we uncover more truths in the future. Follow Axiom if you want practical philosophy, not motivation noise. We question, we test, we apply. Because one truth, honest and applied, can change your life. Thank you for watching. Keep testing what you learn. But remember, this clarity does not always come immediately. It takes testing. It takes observation. It takes a willingness to see the way things work instead of the noise.